Hello?
Ethan,
Oh,
just give it up to...
Melly.
Hello.
What's you up
It's
to?
me, the fucking nerd.
What you up to, dog?
Day off. Playing Halo.
What?
Day off.
Yeah, because it's Thanksgiving.
We don't have Thanksgiving here.
No, it's impossible. There's Thanksgiving all over the world.
The Indians are everywhere.
Yeah, they're Native American.
I know, that's the joke.
Kaylin would be very mad.
That my goal is fulfilled. I'm working on the weekly challenge. I got the Yoroi armor.
Nice. Levels up.
There's like no customization to it.
All right.
At least not yet. You need to complete the event, like all of it, to get the
all the
levels for it.
customization.
Yeah.
I was looking at the people, like what people think of like the level up system. They fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was just me, like, because I thought it was very slow.
Oh yeah, it's very slow. There's been they did say they're going to be introducing much larger per match XP, and they're going to have more for the free players as
That's
well.
good. That's good.
Like additive things. But you know, it's coming up to the Christmas break, so
They're not going to work on anything.
Exactly, and even the lead dev said the team is off after a hard push to get it released on time.
Oh god.
So they're giving them a rest.
So nothing's working on. Nothing's being worked on.
Yeah, it's just crunch time for them. They've got like a skeleton crew at the moment, but they really pushed to get it out. So like, you know, hard crunch time.
They got skeletons working on it? It's crazy.
Yeah, they've had skeletons working on it since Halloween.
Oh.
Duh.
Yeah, kind of,
Duh.
you know, cuts on their labor costs. Do you think?
Don't have to pay for food.
Do you think? You think skeletons would want to get paid for work?
What would they get paid in?
Bones.
Why would they need more? It's like you getting paid in flesh.
I can eat the flesh.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Cut out the middleman. Don't get paid. Get paid in food.
Wouldn't? I guess that's slavery.
That's true. I thought about it and I was like, oh, right.
It's not Is it? I mean, if you just change the currency, is it still slavery?
Is the currency edible?
Can you eat paper?
Can you eat slavery?
Can you eat slavery? That is the question.
Isn't it?
Currently streaming right now.
That is the question. You're streaming right now?
Yeah, but no one's jumping on, so it's whatever. I'm just doing my art.
You doing some doodles?
Yeah. Trying to work on. Did you take a look? Yeah, I'll fucking take a look at the High Priestess, dude. She kind of. She's kind of sexy.
Away, mouse. Making some art and doing tutorials.
This is how I imagine her to look. Fucking hot.
Nice. I like it.
Pretty sure.
She's such a beta though.
What do you mean?
I mean, just saying, you know.
Like her character?
My priestess is better. Jesus Christ, Ethan.
Huh?
Your vape just annihilated your mic.
My bad.
Just on stream though.
Yeah, it doesn't pick up on Discord.
No, it doesn't.
There's some speculations about the High Priestess with Jared and all those guys, and
Plural.
they were giving out theories left and right,
They do like doing that.
and they were kind of, wouldn't say far, but they were also like close. Like,
All right.
you know,
Sure.
they're picking it up. They're picking up what I'm laying down to them,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is fun, especially as a DM. Keon was saying shit about his campaign.
He was saying shit about his campaign.
About his own, yeah. He's saying like, because I was telling him that Jared was saying that like we need a soft reboot because currently no one really connects with each other.
On what? Kaelin's campaign.
Yeah.
Well,
Think about it. Think about it for just a second. No one connects with each other.
well.
Like, am I wrong?
No. I'm gonna be chatting to Zoe about her RP of her character.
Which one?
Both.
Uh-huh.
She's trying to learn to do RP.
I noticed. I noticed she has some problems.
Yeah.
And
Well, to be fair, this is only her like.
Yeah.
She hasn't played very much RPGs. Sorry, like tabletop games. So.
yeah.
And
Understandable.
I've had improv classes.
Understandable. Like, she just has some things to work on and stuff. Like, how both of her current characters are just herself. Like, she
Yeah.
even stated that she's just playing herself.
Yeah.
But with Inoki, she's really, I see it more, she's playing into the role that I've given her, or the one that she's given herself, but the one I helped her flesh out, where the whole equality shit. So whenever that popped up, she was like getting uncomfortable on Terrace, and then she's really pushing for the idea like, oh, let's go for equality, which is a big step up from Bloom.
Yeah. I know. I'm trying to like start up an interesting dynamic between every character.
With which one?
My interactions with them, I'm making it more like to incite them to say things about themselves and try and create a rapport.
With
I feel
which
like
character?
Because I mean just every character.
Oh, okay.
I feel like, I mean, like in your campaign, we'll do, to be honest, we've had a long stretch of games that don't run for very long.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like for some people, they aren't as invested in their characters as they sort of could be, or like they're trying to rush their character story.
Okay.
And I think it's sort of like a wide thing because, and I know like my messages the other day, I'm not trying to be like critical about the way you run your games or like there's a specific way. I just understand that if you do write stuff, then oftentimes you really want to get that paragraph done so you can move on to the next thing you have planned.
Yeah, that's
right.
That's
And
I was feeling too when I was doing all those sessions, that I wanted to get all of that done because that's what I planned for the session.
Yeah, I think we definitely need like a team. I suppose a precursor to the initial meeting, or to the initial session. We'll just set the ground rules, being like, hey, okay, when the DM's speaking, no one else is speaking. Okay, when we have a story to get through or a plot to get through, you know, keep in mind we've only got a limited time, and don't try chatting or bringing jokes up all the time. I know you might think it might be funny, and it might be, but you know, we have things we'd like to do.
Yeah, especially with how late we start.
Exactly. Realistically, 3 hours to 3.5 hours is more than enough for most D&D games.
I try to aim for that 4, but because of all the player fuckery, which I'm fine with.
Yeah, I mean, but it also needs to be, everyone needs to be on that same rules. Ty is good with it. I think Jared and Zoe have the biggest problem with that.
Those two?
Yeah, because you see how much they tend to go off track? They'll like bring up a thing, like they'll say, I'm just imagining like
blah
blah blah blah.
Okay, I thought you meant in character, but yeah. But I kind of like those moments. It's just that when it gets too much, it's too much. But then I don't want to, like, because you guys are having fun. I'm like, okay, I'll just let you guys.
They are. It's important to. I know it is like fun for doing that. It's important to reel it in and be like, all right, guys, listen up. That sort of, and I can tell that's what you want to do because that's the reason you introduced the timer.
The timer was. I had that idea way back when, before this group even got together. So that timer was just a thing so that combat is more intense. And I've been a little.
I don't ever use like an actual timer. I'll just say like, all right, 6 seconds. And if they say you're taking too long, I'll say moving on. Like I'll give them a reasonable amount of time, but I won't use a timer.
Yeah. I just like having a timer so that they have a physical, like something to look at, so they know their time is running out.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
Like it makes it more stressful for them to make decisions.
I mean, it's definitely has an effect. I used to my home games pre-COVID. I used to use a like a sand, you know, like a sand timer thing.
Yeah. The
Hourglass.
That's the one.
Yeah. And now I would only use that in specific situations, like if they're in a trapped room, right? And I'll put it on the table, and they'll be like, "What the fuck? What's going on?" Like they don't know they have a time limit or anything.
That exactly why when you introduce time to the whole situation, it makes them like focus and stop fucking around.
Yeah. There's a lot that can be done from everyone.
There was a whole bit that I had to cut out that last session because I saw how. So the last session that we had for 13 was, there was supposed to be 2 fights in the session. That's why I said it was gonna be a little bit longer. So there was supposed to be that goat fight, and then there was supposed to be a fight before that. But then I don't want to run it that long, especially with how much I saw that you guys were doing your player stuff. I'm like, okay, I didn't anticipate how much you would do with the players. Like, I'll just you know.
I think definitely from a player side they need to work on, you know, keeping some focus, but also I think something that may also help with your idea. I know you do like to write a lot.
Sure.
It might be maybe some of your writing could just be like tangent stuff. So, you know, it, trying to make it feel like the players are progressing through the world and like they have sort of freedom of will. I know it's not really easy to do that early on, because you definitely need to get the plot going.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, now you guys are free to do
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. But I definitely think like fleshing out your world in that sense of like NPCs that they might encounter.
Also, like I would have a fucking NPC walk up to them.
I have a NPC idea that I want to turn into maybe a player character, but I do love them as an NPC. I've told you about it before. His name is Mr. Sunshine.
Refresh me on Mr. Sunshine.
He's a magic shop owner, and he wears like a almost like a Studio Ghibli-esque mask.
Okay.
Sort of like very off-putting in a way. But he's incredibly happy whenever he talks to. He does not let you go to the back room. And he'll have a shop appear anywhere. Like, you'll be in the middle of the desert, and there'll just be a little stand, and they'll be like, what the fuck is this? And it'll be a Sunshine shop. And if they go in, it's always a different member of the Sunshine family. And they'll all be like, you know, there's a woman, there's like a grandma, there's an old man, there's a kid, and they'll all be wearing the same mask.
That's so fucking weird.
But they will appear literally anywhere.
I guess that would work more as an NPC.
Exactly. So it's like it's supposed to be off-putting in a weird way. It's like cool that there's a magic shop, but like, how the fuck did you get here?
Yeah, like where did all these people come from? How'd you bring the shop?
I had one shop which worked in a similar way. Having a recurring magic shop in a lot of campaigns is a very good idea, because it allows them to have access to items like that other than loot. Also, actually put their gold to use, because very frequently gold isn't used, or at least used as much as it could be, like mid to late game. But also it introduces like plot lines, right? So something could happen with the shopkeep, you know, needs you to go and do something. And having a recurring character like that might make players excited to go and see this NPC. So one example I had was a genie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he would steal. So his backstory, right, is that he had a wife who's an Earth genie.
Okay.
And he would take objects from her domain without her knowing,
okay,
and then sell them.
Okay.
And now it's his ex-wife, and
okay,
he's like running this shop, appearing out of the world. So there'll be like a child made of cloud, because he's an air ganassi or an air genie. A child made of cloud would like run up to the players and be like, "My master told me to come and find you. This way, please." And they're like, "What the fuck is this?" And they follow, and it's just a normal storefront, and they enter in and they're teleported into this genie's dimension.
Okay.
And they go there, and he sells them all this shit, and he's very like flamboyant. But then at one point in the campaign, something happens, and they can't leave the domain, and he's like, "Oh, this is not good. If anything happens, stick with me. Give me all those items back." Because his wife comes and finds him, and she is far more powerful than he is.
Okay, I see.
And then the players had to fight her.
That's interesting.
I don't know. I take a lot of references from other shit.
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to focus on the stories of the character and their backgrounds, their backstories. So if I'm going to bring something up, it's going to be relevant to at least one person. With that note that you guys found, that was kind of a plot hook. to a side thing.
Yeah, it's not my character side thing. My character side things is the main story.
Yeah, your character's main story, so I can't branch off into a side thing with your character, especially in the surface world.
Yeah, might lead to some interesting plot lines. If anything does happen to my character.
Yeah, which is why I'm frustrated that I can't work with your character for anything that's side questy. Because
turn her into a martyr, blow her up.
I'll fucking do it.
And they're like, what the fuck? I do have another character idea that I really love. I'm gonna play this one for a bit, but I really fucking love this other idea. It's that tavern Goliath lady that owns she owns the tavern, and she's a pugilist, so she punches shit, and she is very overbearing and very Cockney British.
Oh yeah, you mentioned this.
I love that character idea, but I'm not gonna be like fucking character hopping. It's just whatever happens.
With this campaign, I really plan to keep these characters through and through.
Yeah.
So I do not want any, well, besides Sally, I don't want anyone to die.
I want Sally to die.
Well, I didn't want Sally to die because it's because Joyce quit, so I'm like, okay, well, there's nothing we can do. So we'll work with her exit there.
That's right.
Like, I'm really trying to find a reason why people are important, and Inoki is my only problem. Like, I can't find a reason for her.
Yeah. And 2 kills with a sidekick pistol and 5 with a battle rifle. Man, I wish this fucking Spartans had more maneuverability. I think I'm too used to playing Destiny.
That's how I felt.
There's so much you can do in terms of... I mean, to be fair, Destiny has been polished over many, many years of not good. Everyone hated Destiny 1 on release. Everyone hated Destiny 2 on release for a year.
And then they fixed it? Question mark?
When Forsaken released, that's when it was fixed. So Curse of Osiris and Warmind DLCs, they were given out for free along with the base game when when Forsaken released, because it wasn't a good game. Forsaken released and brought in so much stuff, like everything people were asking for. Like you had the customization system.
For which one?
You know, ornaments and shit.
Oh, they brought in ornaments. That's when they were introduced.
Ornaments were not part of the base game at all. You had your normal armor, and that was it.
And that fucking
shaders
sucks.
Were consumable.
Oh yeah, that's right. They were consumable.
It was it's pretty shit. I hated it having consumable shaders.
It's a good thing they removed it.
Yeah. think the sprint needs to be faster and the sliding needs to be much longer.
The slide is way too short.
That would really add to the what they've got going on.
There's the Steam sale that went up when I was looking through. Not a lot.
Boink. Oh man. You need to go and play some old games, but a lot of them are shit now.
Sonic? Sonic's a game.
I do want to play Sonic 0G again.
What's up, Liam? How you
I
doing,
really
dog?
love that game.
Which one?
Sonic 0G.
Is that the one with the Kinect?
It was on PS2 and Wii.
No, that's not the Kinect one. I think that's the one I played. I never played Original Riders.
Yeah, neither did I.
Like, I thought Zero Gravity was the first game. And then they released
Yeah.
I didn't know they released the other one. I have a problem with making art where they all make the same expression. They just fucking rest
Why
in
don't you
bitch
do
face.
character studies?
I have before. I was back in high school.
Do some new ones.
Because normally I would start off with making the character design, so I just do the concept first, and then I
one
never really.
One that I like having is like it's like a 4x4 grid of different expressions, and then you can draw different like OCs or different characters of yours with each expression.
I think I've done that before.
It's very good to keep that up.
It's just that right now, drawing the High Priestess, she doesn't have any other expression than fucking calm. And during that campaign, fucking, I didn't know that you would be taken directly to the High Priestess. And I'm like, what the fuck do I do with this? I thought you were gonna hide. I thought Party was gonna hide the information. But what the fuck do I know with these people?
Never know. What do I know with these people? Ba-ba-ba-da. Gravity Hammer is so fucking overpowered.
It is. It's the grav ham and the grenades. Grenades never did that much damage before in like any Halo game.
Yeah. Ba-ba-ba-da, ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-da.
What the fuck do I do here? What do you think of Xavier as a player?
You can tell he's a drama student.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like you have more than that to say about him.
Well, he's very campy with his humor. Not that that's a bad thing.
What does that mean?
It's definitely. It's like, huh? Well, look at that! Wow, that's funny.
I hate that
Interesting.
so much.
It's called campy. That's what it is. Huh, wowie. It's like Sonic came to life.
It's like he's so expressive that especially in the game, he has to say something when nothing
Oh, you
needs
feel
to be
like
said.
he has the need to insert himself into a situation?
Yes, that's exactly how I feel, because there would be times that it's a moment between two characters, and then he inserted himself in there.
I know what you're gonna say.
Like that bit with Kaylin and Jared on the boat.
Yeah.
And then I said, when I was narrating, I was like, okay, Ron, you wake up in the middle of the night.
If you don't, he does often prelude it with, "Can I hear this conversation?" You can just say, "No, you're a little bit far away." Yeah, but all you have to say is like, "No, you're a bit too far away. You're kind of more to the back."
Yeah.
Just to, you can.
I did say one time when I just had enough of like him inserting himself. I was like, you can't hear too much. You can hear some words, but you can't hear the whole conversation. And then he was like, okay, I'm gonna stay a little bit so I can kind of hear. I'm like, okay. And then when Kaylin was the only one awake on the boat, other than Jared, he was like, oh, I'm awake too. I'm like, what? Why are you awake? And then he just went off to try to RP with Ron, and I'm like, well, okay. Even just with the, like, when, I don't know who pitched him the idea, but fucking, he invited himself into the campaign, which I hope that would not happen, but it happened. I'm like, okay, I will work with it. Oh, it's because he was fucking listening in on when we were talking about character creation and stuff, and then he's like,
oh, okay.
He thought we were talking about Kaylin's campaign, and then he again inserted himself talking about his character, and someone said, oh no, it's for another campaign. He's like, oh, can I join? I'm like, oh, okay.
You can say no.
I know, but fucking, I really tried to.
You have a problem of being too nice, and now you're here talking about them behind their back.
Like, I would try to narrate, and then he just interrupts saying like, oh, my character's doing this, reacting this way. I'm like, excuse me.
Excuse me. If everyone's looking at me like I'm doing this really oh my god expression.
That's exactly what he does.
I have a very good ability to get a read on exactly what other people are like.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Would you call me?
That's my favorite go-to when someone says something fucking stupid. It's dumb, but... Now, see, if you're pulling this trigger right here, would you call me?
Yeah. You know how it is. This team is awful. That was the worst. I'm playing oddball. The score 0 to 100.
Holy fuck.
It was so bad. I think having